Now then, well, as you can see, I've been having to play with this. It actually looks better on the screen than it does in reality. But anyway, not that bad, I suppose. It is actually, it's terrible, but as I say, it's a bit of amusement in it. It don't cost a lot. So I've been quite a long while actually. What I did, I just gave that a very light painted over it, and then drew it, and doing the larger lines first. I've used a variety of tools in the Dremel. I found that this one, using that either on edge like that or that way to do the main ones, and also I've got a small, let me put it down, it's a lot easier into there. Right, I've got that one, and I tried it with that wheel, but it was a bit large there, and I found that one the best. So I've been doing it 4 ways. As I say, I use that one like that, I'll get my finger out of the way, to do the bigger lines, and then I use that one to smooth it off, and then for the little lines, well, the first one I used that, but it wasn't doing it ever so well, so I used that and did it that way round, and it well, as you can see, it's working a bit, isn't it? You know, like I said. So what I've got to do now, of course, is it wants some little squiggly lines in the river, doesn't it, in the stream, you know, so that'll be quite easy to do. Oh, and also I found a point on one of those, I thought it might work. It's what you put the polishing pads on. I thought, well, I wonder if that'll do a bit finer, and it has done. So it's still a bit long-winded, but we haven't got to draw the rest, so we want a few wiggly lines in the river, don't we? In the stream, just a few little tiny dots there. And for the rest of it, that's the sky, of course. We'll leave that. But for the grass, we want lots of just little, like, rocks, you know, just for rocks, just touches there, and maybe, like I showed you on that other thing, a few, you know, like weeds growing up, something like that. So that bit's coming right. I did actually go off the edge there, which I didn't mean to do, but it won't matter, because I'm doing a black border, and I'm going to use my sander, put some fine on, so I'll give it a good coat of black. So in the end, that'll be black on white, not the other way around. And I actually want to, I was hoping anyway with that wire wool would do it, but it's a bit, I want a matte finish, not a clear finish, you see. And then we can have a look at putting some lights in it a bit later. So it's coming on, isn't it? Right, I'll just swap round a bit, and I'll just show you 1 or 2 of the little wiggles in the stream. Well, I don't know if you can see any of that or not, but you know, have a look and see. Just show you a little bit. I won't bore you showing you much. As I say, I'm sorry it's not the most exciting project, is it? But it's something a bit different. think that'll do. There. So it doesn't take too long, that didn't. But of course, that was, I just showed you the quick bit. Right, now as to the rest of it, I'm just going to have to randomly put some little lines on this, I think. I don't think I can do much else. Just on all this hillside. The whole lot. That, and that. And I don't want to do too many. You know, I mustn't overdo it, because I have tried to, as I say, make these a lot bigger. So the whole idea is just to put some little, in fact I might use that point like that and just do some little dots like that all over it first, and then probably put one or two more bits on. But it shouldn't be too bad to do, I don't think. But as I say, it was because doing this, it took quite a long while actually. In fact, just to do these lines, draw them out without doing that, and just the basic outline, it took a good couple of hours. It took me a good couple of hours. Well, I had my coffee break and had a rest, and I got that done. I don't think I've overdone it. I think you can tell the difference. Only as I say, it's going to be the other way around. That's going to be black and that's going to be white, isn't it? The next job now, you know, I got these lights, and I'll just put a battery in to see, and it says there's 20, so that's 5 aside. And what I thought I could do is, they'll last forever, won't they? On this, is put them, drill a hole through the edge, because I'm having just a small black border around, and they'll stick through like that. So I've got to drill, mark out and drill those. Got it finished and sprayed, and I've drilled the holes, and one little bit of luck I suppose, they were a tiny bit tight, but the lights a tiny bit tapered, so if I can just bring them over here to show you one. I was going to show you some, but if you look at that, they just go in there nicely. They won't want gluing or anything, so that's worked out. So I marked it out, you know, and it's quite nice to work on. So, yeah, you're getting a bit of glare on that, and you can see a bit of it anyway. So I'm hoping now that I can just run over that with a sander and get most of it off. Well, that did fetch a lot of it off, and I've just done a little bit of wire wooling so you can see the finished thing. It's actually not that, it's really made it thin, so it's coming off alright, because that's the thing. So you could sort of getting the idea now, aren't you? Well, that took quite a while, and a lot of elbow grease, and a bit of sweat, and most of my steel wool. Anyway, I got it done. There you are. You can actually see it better with these lights off, but so you'll just have to trust me on that. But steel wooling this off, it has matted the front, which I wanted, and all the paint stopped in the lines, so you know, that's worked alright. I was thinking I might not do a black border around, but I will. And of course I've got 4 lights left over, because we've got 20 lights, and if you put 4 more in, it would look odd, wouldn't it? So that won't matter, like. So it just needs tidying up and finishing, but there you go. What do you think of that? I think that's certainly not a fantastic work of art, is it? As such, like I said, I'm not an artist, but alright, it's not too bad for an old boy. But mind you, what's art? Now here's the thing, isn't it? Here's the thing. Hey? What's art? Now that lamp I made, I class as art, right? And other things that I've made, you know, those spanner art, that's what I class as art. Paintings, I class as art. Some blobs daubed on the floor, I don't class as art. And if you've ever heard of Tracy Emin, and she got paid £250,000 for an exhibition and all she had was an unmade bed, I mean, that's not art. You know, same as, is it Damien Hirst with his stuffed cow or pig or whatever it was. Anyway, it might be art to you, it isn't to me. Anyway, as I say, we're not an artist, but I think for a non-artist that's not too bad. So we'll, as I say, I'm not sure yet. I might, and it is a might. It needs to go in a box, really, doesn't it? I think, and stand up rather than be hung up. But as I said, you'll just have to take it from me that with the lights on, it actually adds to the contrast quite a lot. I'll come back as far as I can, and I know you can't see much of the picture, but just to give you an idea, because from here it actually looks quite good. So when that's in, as I say, it needs to go in a box of some sort. I suppose I'll have to make a wooden box, won't I? Out of something. Yeah, so that might be the next project, but this one's finished anyway. We've got it done. And it's, what time is it? Well, it's 20 to 5, is it? No, 10 to 5. Right, about 5 o'clock. And I started at 12:30 today, so we've not had I've had a couple of breaks, not to wait for the paint to dry and one thing and another, but not done too badly, has it? Right, we'll leave you at that. And as I say, you know, it's coming cold for another 2 or 3 days, so we're not going anywhere or doing out, so, you know, we're just having to entertain ourselves best possible, aren't we? See you in a bit.